Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn users and authentication. And following are the topics that we are going to discuss. Firstly, we will understand what is authentication and authorization. Then we will learn what is authentication system. After that, we will discuss the process of authentication system. And in last, we will discuss parts of authentication system. So let's begin by understanding what is authentication and authorizations. So like session allows us a mechanism to store the data through multiple browser requests. We can use those session for login, but we can't just assume that they are who they claim to be, so user must be authenticated. For this reason, we need the authentication and authorization concept. So, the authentication is the process of confirming your identity by using your login information such as your username and a password. And authorization is the process of granting access to the resources to authenticated user is known as authorization. Basically, it checks your rights to grant you access to resources such as information, database, files, and etc. So, with this, we understand what is authentication and what is authorization. So, now we will understand what is authentication system. Luckily, Django provides tools to handle the authentication and authorization task together, and it's generally referred to as the authentication system. So we can say that Django by default comes up with a user authentication system which handles the user account, groups, permission and cookie based user sessions. So with this we understand what is authentication system. So now we will discuss the process of authentication system. So I want to told you that sometimes this authentication system is also referred to as a auth/auth system, which means authorization and authentication system. That name recognizes that dealing with the user is often a two-step process. So the first step is verify that a user is who he or she claimed to be, and the second step is check to see if the user has the authorization to carry out the specific action or not. So with this, we also understand the process of authentication system. So now we will discuss the part of the authentication system. So in Django, authentication and authorization system consist of several parts which are as follow. The first one is a user. It is a visitors that have signed up on your website. The second one is permissions. It is a binary yes or no flag that indicate a user ability to carry out a specific task. And the third one is groups, a general method of assigning labels and permission to multiple users. And the last one is messages. It is an easy method of processing and showing user system messages. So with this, we have discussed users and authentication in Django, and in the next video we will learn to enable authentication setup in Django.